I know you also mentioned when you were talking in the beginning about GirlStrong and how the program goes into schools and interact with the students. You mentioned something about self-esteem. How does working with the young girls in this space, how do you see young girls facing self-esteem challenge? Because I know in today's world with social media and this flashy everything that we're supposed to live up to, right? I know that could bring a young girl self-esteem because she's still trying to find herself in that space. So how do you guys see young girls struggling with their self-esteem, and how are you guys handling this challenge?
Oh, so self-esteem issue is something that goes across generations, right? And even though we're talking about young girls, we as women, I think the battle is right here. The strongholds are right among us as women. But and that's one thing I always say, and I try to, the way I see myself and moms, the way you see yourself, the way you carry yourself, be careful because your daughter is learning and seeing and reading and walking in the same shoes.
Yeah.
Self-esteem. Um, Social media has a role that is playing, but it starts from the home. A lot of children right now um, don't even get told things, those words of affirmation in their own homes that you're beautiful, you walk this way, you look this way, you feel, when we don't even do that at home, the child doesn't really hear it. And the only thing that child hears is the opposite of that. It sticks. And whatever thing you tell the child does not. Because the first words, the things they're hearing are the negatives. Remember, the negatives are have a very powerful magnet. They stick and we walk and feel those words. So we as parents, we need to start talking to our children. We need to start empowering them. We need to, because these kids come from homes. Some of them, like I say, the homes is not structured the right way. There's a lot going on in that home. There's a lot of, so when you see them, you already tell. Some of them are timid. They don't even feel like they should. Their voice means anything. They need to be heard. They don't feel like they're worthy. They don't feel like they matter. They feel like their hair is not the best texture. Their skin color, you're not Caucasian, or you're not fair-skinned enough, or your melanin isn't right enough, or your waistline isn't slim enough. There's just so many adjectives, right? That because of social media. Because let me tell you, these kids watch social media, right? But the way we as mothers or mentors or grandmas are watching social media, the way it impacts us is the way that this kid impacts this kids, right? When I look at a size 2 model on social media and I start wishy-washy, wanting to be like this person, I don't even know that my child is paying attention, but she's paying attention.
Yeah.
And then you start feeling low, that child starts feeling low about themselves. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot tell a child that you look like this and they look like this, but meanwhile, you don't even feel it about your own self, right? Yeah. So a lot of these kids, and you can almost always tell when you have a child that is struggling with self-esteem. A lot of them will not even say a word. They always feel like their answers are not the right answers. They always feel like their intonation is not the best, or somebody is better than them, or things like that. They're not deserving.
Yeah.
So that's some of the things we see. So it's not just social media, it's also the home. And I believe the home is even has a very strong effect than even social media.
I agree. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
Oh no,
but
you're fine. That was, I think that's the answer to that. Yes.
yeah, I definitely agree with you. I agree with you because, you know, if a parent can build the child, you know, strong, build them emotionally strong, physically,
Yeah.
psychologically strong at home, whatever else anyone else says to them outside the house doesn't truly matter, you
That's it.
know, because the child already knows where their foundation is, or the child
Yeah.
already has a good foundation from where they're coming from. So coming from this place and actually being in the field and seeing all of this, what supportive words do you have for the parents and the child to be able to bridge that gap?
So that's what so that's what I would say to that is know your child. First of all, know your child. A lot of parents, we don't know our children. You cannot start fixing something you don't know about. A problem you don't even know the problem. You cannot. Sit down, know your child. And how do you sit down to know your child? Spend time with the children. We are chasing, and we're not spending time with our children. We're not spending time with whoever God has entrusted. We're running around trying to make ends meet, jobs, keeping 2 jobs, trying to have all these things. And the one thing that we're failing is spending time with this precious gift that God has given.